Hey guys, Lynn Thomas with another episode of Holy Grail Finder Live. Well, for those of you who come on live with me today, I don't know if you participated in the historic eclipse or not. We tried to, but we didn't have very much luck with what tools we had on hand, but we did see it on TV, and it's a pretty amazing historic event. Got me thinking about a lot of different things and wanted to visit with you about those today. So if you did watch the eclipse, what you saw, not just a historical event, but you saw a pretty stark reminder of what our lives would be like without the sun. We can't even reach the sun. The sun is something we take for granted every day. But when I got to thinking about this in such a larger perspective of our individual lives, we let short-term decisions, short-term perspectives really eclipse our lives. We block out the sun in our lives all the time because we're taking a short-term perspective on decisions that are put in front of us. People who take a long-term perspective on decisions in their lives make very good short-term decisions. People who take a very short-term perspective on decisions make very poor decisions from a long-term perspective. And that really hit me today in thinking about this eclipse and the way that it was covered today, and the way that people are willing to drop everything and drive and go to football stadiums and get together with all kinds of people. Hey Beth, oh my gosh, we need to catch up, gal. Get together all kinds of people, and that's a very short-term decision that really doesn't have much long-term impact on their lives. Yes, they were there in person to see a historic decision or a historic event, but when something really important comes along in their lives, whether it's a financial decision or a spiritual decision or just a decision that could better their lives, they get stuck in moments of fear and indecision and, gosh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that. Because sometimes short-term decisions mean we have to change something about our lives. Sometimes we have to do things that really challenge us in order for it to be done from a long-term perspective. If what I'm doing right now in my life is not going to help me get to heaven, that's not a long-term perspective. If what I'm doing right now in my life is not going to make my family situation better a year from now than it is today, then I'm living on a very short-term perspective. If what I'm doing now today in my life is harming me or someone I love, then I am living in today from a very short-term perspective. I'm not living in today saying, if I just changed this, if I was willing to sacrifice that, if I was willing to be uncomfortable, if I was willing to trust God that this fear or this anxiety or whatever it is that's causing me not to want to take the step toward a long-term perspective, if I'm not willing to see those things, then I'm not ever going to live from a long-term perspective. And it's true, we're only given today. We aren't given tomorrow necessarily. And if we live the fullest for today, we are living from a long-term perspective. So, I just had all those thoughts in my head today with, everything going on, and I wanted to come and share that with you because I truly believe that Christians today have got to live from that long-term perspective, never believing you're necessarily given more today because you're not, more than today because you're not. But live from that long-term perspective. Don't live in fear. Fear is not from God. And be bold enough to have, faith that God's given you gifts. And you've got some pretty amazing things available to you in your life that if you're not where you want to be, an opportunity knocks on your door, somebody calls you and says, have you ever thought about, don't be afraid to say, you know what, I haven't, but I'm willing to think about it. Okay? Well, that's what I have for you today, guys. Shakespeare just came over and got up from his nap and say hello. I don't know if I can get him. Shall I try to get him? Let me try to get him. Oh, come here, sweet cheeks. Okay, everybody, say hi. We just woke up from our nap. That definitely is living life with a long-term perspective. He naps as frequently as he can. Okay, guys, that's all I had for you today. But listen, God bless. Hope you enjoyed the eclipse. And don't forget to go light your lamp.